democracy allows for fair hearing. This is reckless. This is ungodly.
When news break, we engage experts in critical analysis.
Do you see your party coming into power come 2019?
This administration will succeed and succeed well.
You cannot be running a 4-year tenure like you are running a 20-year tenure.
He has done fairly well, especially where insurgency and terrorism is concerned.
Then it gets controversial.
They have a right to their opinion. Can we, very interesting gentlemen, just hold on.
I am about principle and I am about force.
Now, you see, let me say this.
So that our soldiers will be free. We should also ask for justification.
Core Digest, your #1 program for current issues.
Many thanks for staying with us on Core Digest today. This segment, let's talk about election sequence controversy. Court nullifies Omo-Agege'S suspension. My guest today is Justice Uhuegbu. He is a legal practitioner. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, so much about this controversy that the whole election sequence policy or matter has raised in recent times.
Well, first of all, we should ask ourselves a question. Does the National Assembly have right to legislate on such thing?
Does it?
Do they have right to make such laws, to make such amendments and all the rest? And the simple answer is yes.
Okay.
Because that is what they were voted in to go and do there. It's part of their duty. So, for some other person or some persons to now feel that, no, though you're entitled to your opinion, but you see, the conduct of Senator Omo-Agege to me is totally condemnable. Totally condemnable because
what aspect of his conduct?
Yeah,
now?
for him to stand up openly in the plenary and say that the whole thing is melted against the president, as if he is now the spokesman of the president, forgetting that whichever decision or whichever amendment or whichever law that the National Assembly is coming up with, you will still go through the president for assent and all the rest. So it is to me, it is uncalled for, and it is how do I put it? It's not healthy.
All right, let's get back to the first question you asked, whether the National Assembly has rights, has authority to legislate on such issues. You said yes.
Yeah.
But then we know that INEC, okay, you're a legal practitioner, so you definitely give us the legal angle to all of this. The Independent National Electoral Commission, called independent and supposedly acting on independence or acting independently, has the duty to give out procedure for conduct of elections, does it?
Yes.
So does the Senate or does the National Assembly now have the right to,
Wait a minute, we're talking about legislation.
Yes.
You see, the INEC itself makes rules to govern or for the conduct of the election, which must also go through legislation for it to become law. So the Senate on its own, or the National Assembly on its own, has also the right and the duty to make an amendment. Anything that borders on the Constitution, provided they are sitting, they have the right to legislate on any matter in the Constitution and even alter or amend the Constitution. They can wake up one day now and decide that they don't want INEC again. They might try to set up another body, provided it is done through the legal means. I think Omo-Agege is not debating the fact that they do not have the right. That is not what is contending, no, or contesting. He is only saying that the move by the Senate will be or is against the president by altering maybe the timetable for the incoming election, or the way or manner or so many other things. At least they were debating it. So when he looked at the whole thing, he now felt, well, this thing is going to affect the president. I don't know whether he's not saying that his contention is not that we as senators who do not have right to do such thing or even to to debate on that. No, there is a different thing altogether. So that one should not arise. What we are talking about now is what led to his statement. Why would he make such a statement? Is it an issue of interest to the president, or is it an issue of interest to the people of Nigeria, or is it an issue of interest to the people that elected him?
In what category do you think?
No. It is him that will supposed to come out and clear Nigerians. That, well, I am talking because I have the mandate of my people, the people I'm representing.
And Senator Ovie Omo-Agege is of the People's Democratic Party, PDP.
No, it is immaterial. It is immaterial. Let me tell you one thing. You see, I keep on saying this. It's only just that in Nigeria we play party politics more than how politics is supposed to be. The moment you are elected a senator, you become senator of what? Federal Republic of Nigeria. You are not the senator of People's Democratic Party or the senator of All Progressive Congress or senator of ABGA. The moment you are appointed a minister in this country, you are a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. As at that point, you are supposed to do away with anything concerning party politics. You live above board. It becomes the interest of the people. It becomes the interest of the nation. Yes, I'm not saying that there should not be allegiance to your party from time to time. But the interest of the nation and the people becomes paramount. You're not addressed as a senator of APC or PDP. You are addressed as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
But now, the suspension of Senator Ovie Omo-Agege has been nullified by the courts. The Court of Competent Jurisdiction.
Remember that period to this time, before now, the courts has, similar thing has happened. That the Senate suspended, I think, in Duma, and Ali Ndume and even Melai, I think so. They went to court, and courts gave a ruling and a judgment that no, they lack the powers constitutionally to suspend. There's no doubt about that. That was why, if you remember, in all the places and all the forums I said something about this matter. My contention as at then is not the issue of the suspension. There are legal ways to go about pursuing a cause. That was why I frowned and I was totally disappointed on Senator Omo-Agege by going to take laws into his hands, by going to the Senate after suspension and going there with some hoodlums to go and cut away the mess. Now at the end of the day now, are we not falling back to the same? Is there any justification for crime? You see, at times the problem is that when we say certain things in this country, some people try to interpret it to be political. It's not a matter of politics. It's a matter of being factual, being on the right side and telling the truth. Let me tell you, no matter how long it takes to get justice, it doesn't matter.
Well, I think it's important to know that this is a court, and you can't call it a court of first instance. This matter can still move up to the court of appeal.
Let me tell you, that was why I said earlier when this thing happened that the best Omo-Agege could have done was to quit. He has already filed a suit. He has already filed a suit. And remember, part of the suit he filed then, he was trying to get an interlocutory injunction restraining the Senate and the Senate committee from investigating or setting up the investigation panel to his conduct, which the court threw away. But the substantive suit now becomes the issue of, can I be suspended? Does the Senate have the right or power to suspend me or not?
And the court has said,
this is not the first judgment on that.
All right, Barrister, let's take a moment.